From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Chargers.
To kick off for Green Bay.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And off we go from SoFi. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. He's able to drive back for a yard. Back down by Quay Walker.
At the 36-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help. 9 to go now on second down.
And 9.
380. Cut.
Staying on the ground with Harris. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
That
21
chunk
yards.
worth a nice 21
and
yards.
the Chargers first
And that's
down.
going to be good for an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. What is it?
Harris once more. That could turn around these last two plays, huh?
Najee
Nice
Harris,
gain on
the ball
one, and
carrier.
now they get him behind the line.
Devontae Wyatt on the tackle.
Back to the line they come,
It's a
second
loss of
down.
2. Brings up 2nd
Set.
and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Herbert from the gun. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he's going to line up against that line that they needed. Make it 3rd and maybe a yard at most from the 34.
Makes it 3rd and
Set.
1.
Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Set.
That one's going to McConkey. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. That's 16 on the pickup.
Yards.
And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
First down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do
1st
that.
and 10 at
Turn
the
a short little
19-yard
gain, a
line.
short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Set.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And good forward about 5 yards, it looks like. It's second down
He's
now.
brought down at the 13-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Set. Go.
Now run here with Amari Hamilton. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Chargers first
Hey,
down.
ram.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And he's covering the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. He misses on the extra point, so a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking. Score stays at 6-0.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the missed extra point, he is still out there, and he's going to put it back in play. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Set. Set. Go.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. There he goes, right sideline. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers find an answer with their opening drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers literally won up that opening touchdown drive as they take a 7-6 lead here. On now is McManus to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They'll begin a new drive, 1st and 10.
Home troops right. Ready.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Has it downfield working the left. And they're finally able to get to him and touch him down, but damage already done as they pick up that first down.
First down. First and 10.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already into enemy territory.
Set. Ready. Ready.
Trying to get outside here with Harris. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and it's going to bring up third down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much, but it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
They get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Offense up to the line fast.
A big loss on the play. Brings up the
Before they can run a play on 4th down, we have a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Ready.
4th and forever coming up.
Set. Black eight. Set.
They snap it to Herbert. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand is forced, Brock. They had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Could lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Here we go. Ready.
Play action. Love. Downfield, he's got it. That's Dobbs. They got 21 yards on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
And the Packer first down.
Ready.
Handoff running left. Jacobs. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Design bootleg here. Headed out right. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow their lead just before halftime. Christian Watson with the touchdown. So this solid first half continues for them. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach here, Kate, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. They've come out strong. They've been the ones dictating the tempo, and as a result, they add to the scoreboard.
Brendan McManus to kick off for
On now is McManus to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10.
Lion,
Shotgun snap to Herbert. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Bryant inside the 20. He is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Jim Harbaugh sticking with his offense. They're going for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. And they draw just the right throw, and it ties this game for them.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35.
35-yard line.
A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Hut.
Love now, off the play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Intended for Tucker.
Part of what's earned him status, Gronk, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball. To do so on a step tight end, that's big time.
And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Ready. Yellow. Set.
To the air with Love. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And he works it down to the enemy 44-yard line. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
33. Yellow. Ready.
Love from the gun. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Not finding his receiver that time. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for thinking interception to be had. And completion still pretty good for the defense.
Set. Quad red. Hut.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Brought in by his back. It's Jacobs. And they bring him down around the 34.
Complete to Josh
The Packers take their first time out.
It's a gain of 10.
They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Packers.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
He's taken
Now
down
timeout taken by Green
33-yard
Bay.
line.
That's it, 2nd.
A gain of a yard.
And they still have 1 in their
Brings up
pocket for
2nd
what's
and
left of this
9.
half. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Ready. 45. White. Striker. 3-3. You. Yellow. Set. Go.
Love now. Gets it downfield. On target to Watson. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one.
Green Bay.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Takes the handoff. Now Love. Buying some time left. And he will have them a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers take the lead just before halftime. managed that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Chargers 14.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
35-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Comeback route. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break.
Set. Baylor Tiger. Set.
Throwing here just before halftime. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. And they'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Cameron Dicker.
The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one.
A 63-yard attempt.
Has the direction, but not the distance. It falls just short. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the
Dicker
Chargers.
all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fields this one at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Down.
Now Love on the play fake. Caught, nice game left side. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
Number 88.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Blue check. Set.
Running right, here's Jacobs. Cuts back toward the middle, and he's bottled up quickly after just a yard.
The tackle
Only
by
2
Denzel
yards, and it brings
Perryman.
up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Set.
Love now to throw. Running for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle block, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
On comes Brandon McManus now to try this field goal for the Packers. This from 35 yards away. McManus sends it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Had the lead at the break, and the important thing is really to come out hot in the second half and add to it. Sure, he left touchdowns, but you'll take those 3 points as well.
And he got all on that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Herbert now. Look at that power, deep left side. That's a grab inside the 30. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line.
It's a game.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard
Herbert
line.
from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
You often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
It's a gain
That's
of
certainly
11.
a spot where you could be more aggressive, kid, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
It's a gain of a
Here's
yard.
second and goal from the
Brings up
6.
second and goal.
Set. Hey, easy. We'll go. 380. Go.
Here's Herbert. And look at the football there. Touchdown. The Chargers start the second half with some needed points. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure first, tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
So we're through 3 here. When we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Wilson with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10.
Ready. Set, huh?
Play fake, it's Love. Finds him on the crossing route. Keeps it moving. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers make it a 9-point advantage. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown. I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
At their own 35-yard line.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for first and 10.
Black 80. Black. Go. Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. One's complete on Mario Hampton. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throwing now, Herbert. And all around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Incomplete.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Go. 380. You're not. Let's go. Hey. Set.
Third and long. They're going to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
For Keenan Allen.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Hey, go Lion.
Desperation time here on fourth. It connects on the deep shot. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Working quickly here.
A gain of 34 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now Herbert again. Put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. It's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, And let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Looking for his wide receiver there. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
And 10 yards
Home
to
troops
go.
right. Delta, set.
Throw here, third down. He put everything he had into this one. And the defender comes away with it. And the Packers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Packers getting set here. First and 10.
20-yard line.
Play action. Love. Connects on the crosser. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
Ready.
Hand off here to Jacobs. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
The ball carrier. Deion Henley on the tackle. 2 yards.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
At the 50-yard line.
Down. Red, 38. Ready?
Going run again with Jacobs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down.
Ready. 50, green.
Turning to Jacobs on third. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
He was brought down.
LA uses a timeout here. It's second.
3 yards.
As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. The lead looks safe, but the penalty's staying down. They're going for this.
Set, hut. 52, blue, ready.
Love throwing on fourth. Pass complete. Screenplay. Flies past the first inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. What a play on fourth down. Give him the first after a gain of 27.
First down, Packers.
Trice. Here we go. 60 red. 60 red. Ready.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Some good running here as he gets him 7 on that first down carry.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Bails out of the pocket quick. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
40, ready.
Third and 2, love to throw. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and incomplete.
A 27-yard
McManus sends it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, what throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here. To the line on first and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position.
Balin Tiger. Relating. Home to troops right. Ready.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And the final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete. But no reason not to throw it long there as this game is over. So this is a Packers win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.